What's happening, XRP fam? It's Rod with Pow Group. Welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth, your home for MJ stocks, crypto assets, news, and interviews. Today's Thursday, February 20th. Hope you're doing well. In this video, we're going to be discussing the XRP price chart. I do believe that we could see an explosion at any point. It is coiled and ready to go, in my opinion, and I think that we could see really $4 anytime, which is my first take profit level. If you haven't seen my XRP exit video, you can check that out. It should come up if you go on my channel and just search on my channel XRP exit. That should be the first thing that comes up. But before we get to the price chart and the technicals, what to expect in terms of price action in the days, weeks, months ahead, make sure to smash the like. It helps support me in the channel. If you're new, you can subscribe, tick the bell, all that good stuff. You'll be notified on any future videos or when I go live. And as always, this is not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only, and I do own XRP. It's my largest crypto holding by a country mile. Over 80% of my crypto portfolio is in XRP. So again, not telling you to buy, sell, or hold. This is just my own thoughts and opinions. You can follow us over on X as well. Shout out to Elon. Loving the new platform. And the handle for that is @GroupPow. Going to be using that as my platform of choice going forward. Speaking of X, Eleanor Tourette posted on X. This was about a little less than an hour ago. New Grayscale's XRP ETF 19B-4 filing has officially been posted to the Federal Register. All this means is that the clock starts ticking now for the SEC to engage and either approve or deny on or before October 18th. And I know that's probably getting people a little frustrated. You have to remember that they do this for a reason. They try to think that, they try to get people to think that it's never going to come. They try to bore people. They're not going to be able to wait that long, but I don't think it's going to be that long. I think we could see a case resolution wrap up at some point soon. Settlement, I still think, is the most likely. But if you go to videos, again, if you just search in here XRP exit or exit XRP, it'll be the first one comes up. I give you my exit plan with take profit price levels. But if you just go to videos and then scroll down, XRP ETF acknowledge, what does it mean and when XRP ETF? So in that short 8-minute video, it was a live stream and I clipped out that part because people tend to not like watching longer videos. So I did go ahead and change that to about 8 minutes and clipped it out. But essentially from this video, that's the video that I'm referring to that's on the screen here now. If you remember when Bitcoin had its 19B-4 filing acknowledged, it was about 6 days after that it actually went live, that the ETF was approved. But I mentioned in this video, this 8-minute clip, that I didn't think that XRP was going to, kind of go through the same fate because, it's Bitcoin, right? Granddaddy Bitcoin, the beloved Bitcoin. They wanted to do everything in their power to get Bitcoin's, ETF approved so that they could basically create the blow off top, and then that money would rotate, use that as exit liquidity. Everybody and their dog be able to buy, Bitcoin in their regular stock brokerage account, and then they'll use that as a blow off top and exit liquidity mechanism, and then rotate into alts, and then we'll see a ton of alts ETF, and then same thing, rinse and repeat, right? But I mentioned that it probably wasn't going to be 6 days for XRP. I mentioned it was probably going to be, if not weeks or months, and that looks to be the case. And it just seems like the industry just is waiting for Paul Atkins to get confirmed as the SEC chair. Hard to say if Mark Hewitt is going to do anything with regards to the Ripple case, but there has been a lot of talks of, there's been examples of the SEC either dismissing appeals or putting cases on pause. So there's a very good chance that, the new administration says that we want to pause all non-fraud cases and either settle or completely dismiss them in favor of crypto firms. And if we get no tax crypto, all that stuff, I just want you to be very cautious when you see these dates like October 18th. Yes, they have that long, but I don't think it's going to take that long. And then you want to be very, very careful with this, no tax crypto, because if you miss your chance to sell, at least, take some profit. And again, not telling you to buy, sell, or hold. Just be very careful that, you don't get sucked into that narrative of, well, I'm going to wait until, if your whole plan all along for the last, 2, 3, 4 months, 4 years, whatever it is, was to sell XRP at a certain price. And again, check out my XRP exit video for my plan there. But if your plan was to sell all along and now you find out about no tax crypto and you're like, okay, now I'm going to hold until the no tax. Well, what if things, the music stops, this game of musical chairs, and the music stops, and then we crash 70, 80, 90%? Are you going to be able to live with yourself if you held for no tax crypto and didn't sell? So at least take some profit is what I would consider. And again, you're going to have to make that decision on your own, but I'd just be very, very cautious. And the block reported that the SEC has voluntarily dismissed appeal in a case to push dealer rule on crypto and DeFi. So this is another example of them either A, wanting to pause cases or dismiss things. And I think there's a very good chance that XRP case kind of goes a similar route, but I still think a settlement's the most likely. And this was some great news. Hashdex receives approval for the world's first XRP spot ETF in Brazil. So the writing is on the wall. Right? This is the first time ever in the world that we had an XRP spot ETF. And you want to be careful as well. Like if you're waiting for an ETF to buy, again, it might be a little too late, right? Like Bitcoin's ETF didn't get approved until all-time highs, basically. And, you could have, loaded up cheaper after the sell-off, but, realistically, 100, 200% gains left in Bitcoin, maybe 300% or 3x. So, some of these altcoins could easily do 10, 20 plus X from here, right? We're talking 10,000, 2,000%. So I'd just be careful again with that no tax crypto. Being kind of faked out by this, long wait. Everybody thinks they're going to have to wait this long. They get impatient. They start chasing the new shiny, object or coin. I'd just be very careful. I think it's going to happen sooner than later. And then just be very careful about waiting for an XRP ETF whenever your region is, because there's a good chance that that might be the blow off top catalyst and exit liquidity. And then if you buy in an ETF, then you might have to hold for another couple of years until the next cycle. So I would just be very cautious on that. I have a tax-free savings account, which means that here in Canada, that if you put money into it, it grows tax-free. And when you take it out, you don't pay any taxes on those gains. Well, I'm happy with paying taxes on my XRP this cycle. And then when we have a bear market and a nice opportunity to buy XRP and we get a potential ETF here in Canada, then I'll load it up. But I'm not changing my game plan, and that is to stick to my plan and stick to my take profit levels. Again, check out my exit plan. I don't care if it's no tax crypto. I don't care if it's an ETF. I don't care, if it's timelines being extended. I'm holding until those get hit. I'm not changing it in the fly. I'm not changing it based on emotions. I'm doing exactly what I've been doing for the last 7 years, and I'm not going to deviate from that plan. That's how you get wrecked. So taking a look at the chart here at the moment, it is a 4-hour potential bull flag on XRP. So we have our low, high, higher, low. As long as we hold 265 there, the 0.32 fib, that's a potential for a 4-hour bull flag. We almost confirmed it, ended up being a double top, but we need to get above 274. Yeah, so if we get over $2.74, that confirms it. And then you just take your measured move there from the low to the high, move it out to your 0.382 fib, and it's saying 291 would be the target. You also had a pennant that was forming here. We broke out of that. We had our measured move of around 278. We actually extended it, hit 281, but it came very close to that breakout point. And then now we have another bullish continuation pattern here, which would be the 4-hour bull flag. So everything's looking pretty decent here. Like I said, we're coiled up, we're ready to go. I do think that the bottom was in there at 177. I don't think we're going to be going back down to that level at all. I think we're probably going to be heading to that $8 to $12 range. And again, I won't repeat myself too much in this video because I try not to overlap things and make them go on too long. But I do think $8 to $12 is pretty much a layup, like pretty much a done deal for XRP this cycle at some point in 2025. $13 to $17, I think, is the most likely scenario. And then anywhere from 18 to $27 is kind of the high end. But I don't think that's the most likely scenario. Could it go higher than that? Absolutely, it could. But I would put that at maybe a 10 to 5% less probability. I think the most likely scenario, sweet spot, somewhere around that $13 to $17. But again, I have a plan for all scenarios. No one has a crystal ball. None of us can really know. It all depends. We were talking about this in the Power Group private community today, that it all depends on how many catalysts get strung together and how quickly they get strung together, or if they do a few and then save a few for the next cycle, right? If we get no tax crypto, if we get case resolution, if we get XRP ETF, if we get Ripple IPO announcement, all of these things, like there's so many other catalysts as well. More partnerships, and anyway, I could go off on a tangent forever, but if we get a few of those strung together, tokenized gold and tokenized stocks and bonds and securities and derivatives, and man, there's no telling. This could easily go to $100 if we get enough, all the stars align. But I don't think that's the most likely scenario. Do I think XRP is going to hit $100 one day? Absolutely. Again, check out my XRP exit video. I have a plan for XRP at $100. On the weekly time frame here, we're getting back above the 10-week moving average. We already had our stochastic in the MACD bear cross, and now we're gearing up for bull crosses on both of those, and we're back above our 10-week moving average. So XRP is waking up. Like I said, it's coiling. It's by far the most bullish chart in crypto, and I think it's going to absolutely shock everyone And if you just look at XRP and some of the polls on X, right, on formerly Twitter, on X, it's just crazy. It's beating Bitcoin, like, Tristan Tate, and there was another one, Gary Cardone posted one and then removed it, and I was chirping him a little bit. All these other, like, Uphold was chirping him, and there's all these other polls. There's like multiple polls with multi-millions of views and hundreds of thousands of votes, and XRP is beating Bitcoin. It's more popular on a lot of exchanges than Bitcoin and Ethereum. And as you recall, XRP actually passed Ethereum in market cap in 2018. So I do think that XRP is going to absolutely dwarf Ethereum, and it does have the potential to pass Bitcoin. Probably not this cycle, but maybe in a cycle or two from now. But weekly time frame, uber bullish. We just had the 50 and the 200 weekly, and then the 100 and the 200 weekly moving average cross bullish simultaneously directly after. It's looking, like I said, this thing's coiled. We dipped below the 100-day moving average. Very, very strong support. We are bumping our head here at the resistance at the 50-day moving average. So we got above it. We were trying to confirm it as support, but we're just right now sandwiched between those two moving average, the 50-day and the 100-day. So if we can get two, preferably three candles closing above that 50-day moving average, that's going to be a great sign and a vote of confidence that we're probably going to be back up above that $3 mark very, very soon. But like I said, I do think $4 anytime now. I do think $8 to $12 is an absolute layup and done deal. But as you can see, nice brief monthly higher low. Bulls very, very eager to buy the dip, and we had Trump tweet about it as well and posted on Truth Social about Ripple and XRP. Just imagine what's going to happen when he actually says the magic words XRP or Ripple. It's going to be something to behold. I think that it's going to be coming at some point very, very soon over the next couple of weeks and months. They're going to really start to embrace this technology, in my opinion. It was born and bred in the US, and it's the best technology, hands down, right? It was the first DEX to have a decentralized exchange and be able to issue tokens on it. And like I said, they're going to be looking at Fort Knox and doing an audit there, auditing all these agencies. They're going to be looking to put government spending on the blockchain. Where do you think they're going to put it? Probably on the XRP ledger and XLM and a few of these other chains, right? So that they can use AI to help with government spending and different suggestions and different analytics, and it's going to be a time that you can't even fathom how much growth that is coming, right? Like, this is unprecedented. We've never seen a time like this with this amount of technology all converging simultaneously. It truly is going to be a wild ride. But let me know what you think of this in the comment section below. You think we're going to see an ETF first or the case resolution first? I think that we could see a case resolution anytime now, but the most likely scenario is that we get something once Paul Atkins comes in. But it's hard to say. Again, I think people might be thinking that's the most likely scenario, myself included, but we might get a surprise, right? We have to expect the worst, be ready for a surprise, right? So yeah, it's like I said, we don't have a crystal ball. Just have a plan for all scenarios, right? And we've waited this long. If you're like me, you've been waiting for 6-7 years for XRP to reach a new price discovery, and we're finally doing that now. It's not going to stop now, right? We didn't wait 7+ years to just basically hit a new all-time high and not see price discovery. But going in it there, it's Rod with Power Group. Thanks again for joining us on the Pursuit of Wealth. We'll be keeping close tabs on XRP over the coming weeks. Like I said, it's really any time now where this coiled spring is absolutely going to burst. All right, have a great night, and we'll talk to you soon.